Hello gamers! Welcome back to our LOFT character class series, and today we're talking about the Sorcerer. What? There's no Sorcerer in Old School Essentials, you say? Well, not in official basic or advanced core Old School Essentials. Today we're branching out a little bit. We're getting to a third-party product. We're giving a shout out to Epic Solo Games. And so this video is actually going to fulfill one of those other functions for the YouTube channel where I review free and pay what you want products. So the link to the Epic Solo Games Old School Sorcerer is going to be in the doobly-doo below. And it is pay what you want on drivethrurpg.com. Now, it's not a big book, okay? It weighs in at 7 pages. 2 of the pages are the front and back cover, and 2 more pages are the appropriate licensing information. So 7 minus 4 is 3. So it really is just that one class. But hey, the thing's virtually free. Now, the Sorcerer has been with us in our favorite games since 3rd edition, and it's really been talked about, and it's been homebrewed since 1st edition, and since BECME. The original idea of player character magic users, mages, or wizards, or arcane casters, the original idea where the mages would memorize spells from their spell books every day, and the spells would be retained in their minds, and then when they cast the spell, it was released, and they'd have to get more spells the next day. That came from fantasy that was written by author Jack Vance, and it really inspired Gary Gygax and the other people that worked on, the beginning version of our favorite game back in the day. They thought that it was a resource management, resource consumable way to have player characters that could cast spells, player characters with magical powers and stuff. And because like I've said on the channel a lot, D&D or our favorite game, whatever version you like, Pathfinder, OSC, whatever, but our favorite game is not necessarily a superhero game. Now, I play superhero games like DC and Marvel and Mutants and Masterminds and stuff, but Swords and Sorcery is not superhero. So the Jack Vance type of memorizing spells every day, that was that became the magic user, became the mage, became the wizard, and people were kind of criticizing that all the way back to the 80s and 1st edition. There were people that didn't like that when I was a kid. And there were game masters who, in their homebrew worlds, just ignored that. And they basically ran magic users all the way back in the 80s, kind of like sorcerers are today in our favorite game. So the sorcerer idea has been around the whole time. It became codified into the canonical rules. And if you were here, you'd see me make air quotes around canonical. But it got codified into the canonical rules around 3rd edition. And so, yeah, it fits. It definitely fits in the world of our favorite game. So Old School Essentials doesn't necessarily have a official version in their basic or advanced rules. But Epic Solo Games, this booklet works. Okay, so it's not just have the mage not need a book. It's not. It's charisma based like we're used to, and it's got the same thing that we're used to with the Sorcerer in our favorite game, where they can cast spells without the book. They get more spells per day, but they have less selection because they're not learning from a book, and they can change the spells that they have as they level. When at higher levels, the strategic spells to have kind of change compared to the spells that might be strategic at lower levels. So there are opportunities as you level as a sorcerer to swap out spells. Let's see, what else do you need to know about the Sorcerer? The art for today has a sorcerer burning a book. I didn't plan that. I actually just typed in Fantasy Sorcerer into the AI art generator that I use, and that burning book thing was just there, and I'm like, well, that actually kind of fits, because sorcerer doesn't need a book. So the higher your charisma is, the better, the more spells you're going to get. But you're definitely not going to be like a 5e sorcerer. You're definitely going to fit into an OSR, OSE, BECME 1e type of world environment. So it's kind of like if there had been a wizard sorcerer division back in the 80s. This is probably what it would have looked like. So links in the doodly-doo down below. there is room to play with us. There is a table that is growing on Friday. As I record this, it's Thursday. Thursdays are open. Fridays we have people exploring in the hollow world on the inside of Mystara. And we've got tables with open spots on, Saturdays, nights, Sunday afternoons. Sunday afternoon, we have a table that just started, so wouldn't be a bad time to pop in with a brand new character, kind of ground floor. And then Sunday nights, Monday nights, and Wednesday nights, we've got tables, but they all have open spots. So come check out the doodly-doo below, say hi to us on Discord. Watching games is always free. Our Patreon subscription has 7 days free to game, kind of a try before you buy kind of thing. And that's the Sorcerer for today. So tomorrow we will move on to more character classes from different source material. But in the meantime, I'll see you around the gaming table.